Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Witchy podcast. Sorry about the lighting, first off. Totally forgot to say who I am, didn't I? I'm Shy, I'm a witch, and I knit and I sew and I embroider and I do other crafty things, a couple of new crafty things that I'm going to talk about in just a minute. I'm also going to go and turn on one more light because it's very, very dark in here today. This is the second time I'm sitting down to film this. Somehow things got corrupted in the camera, I think, and yeah, there we are. So I'm refilming this video. I am very exhausted and also haven't really talked to anybody except for this camera today, so you gotta love it when you get computer issues, don't you? Also, at the top of the episode, my hair is a bit redder than usual. Yes, that's not something wrong with the camera. I dyed my hair with henna yesterday. I am in between two dyeing sessions. I am going to be dyeing it with indigo later today to get black hair. I think this is a very cool colour. Looks nice, but I'm not sure it's a good colour on me because I have issues with redness of the skin. It doesn't really go with my complexion that well, and it doesn't really go with this makeup too well. So, but it looks kind of cool, and my hair feels so soft. Henna is amazing. I love henna, but yeah, that is why my hair is a bit auburn, I guess. So yeah, like I said, I am refilming this episode, so now I feel kind of, I don't really know where I was because I was in the middle of talking about stuff, then I need to go and empty the card. And then the files didn't work. I couldn't even put them on the computer, and the computer isn't full, so it's not that, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah. I guess I will start with my 1FO I have this week, which is my pair of Shortie socks. Where do I... the light in here, and also this is my spot. But there is a cat. Shall I? So yeah, I want to sit here because I get better light here, but we're stuck here. But yes, my Shortie socks are finished. I had to buy more yarn for these, which is this yarn. Svarta Fårets Frost in the colourway, which is a number, I can't remember, or it's called red and pink or something. This is, however, though, discontinued, I'm pretty sure, because it's impossible to find on the internet, and I was digging for ages before I found it in one place, and it was like on super sale, and yeah, I've seen it on sale a lot. Earlier this year in several different places, and also I could see like online it had been on sale but sold out, but they're not bringing it back, so I think this is discontinued. So it was a bit difficult to track down, but it was also very cheap, so that's a plus, I guess. But yeah, last time I saw these I had done 1.5 socks because I ran out. I thought I had just enough for a pair of Shortie socks, but I didn't, so I had to order that other ball. But now they're done. They were going to be a pair of socks with they are socks with afterthought heels. These are afterthought heels. But they were going to have a picot edge. But we ended up with a double rolled edge instead, as I just attached some yarn and knit that way instead for a bit to get a rolled edge. Because I am stupid and I didn't measure how long I needed to knit for the heel, so the picot edge would have been like on the heel as well. So I had to add some length to the socks, but I think it turned out alright. So yeah, these, I think I said that, don't have a pattern, they're straight out of my head, but they're a Shortie sock, just a regular sock with an afterthought heel, row, like 3 rows of 1 by 1 ribbing on the top over where the heel goes, but it doesn't really look that good, so I won't do that again. And it has this row of knit 2 together yarn over, because there was going to be a picot edge, but I had to scrap that idea, just leave it roll down and knit. So I just picked white because that would complement the rest of the sock. This is just some Adlibris yarn, undyed yarn I had lying around. So those are the Shorties. It's not really Shortie sock weather, but there we go. So that's my one FO for this week. On to whips. My first whip lives in my Wool Woolcraft bag. It's not Wool Woolcraft themed, but it lives in this bag because it's the bag I had, which is not a project bag really. This is what a Wool Woolcraft headset I used to use. It broke, but I used to have a headset and it came in this, but I use it as a project bag because it's kind of cool looking. But anyway, in here I keep my current sock whip, which is knit out of these 2 yarns. I think this is Regia, but I'm not sure. I don't have the tag anymore. I got this from my mum. If you remember, way back I knit a pair of mitts out of this. It's a self-striping candy cane red and white yarn, and this is Sostrene Grene, which I have a bunch of just lying around, so I thought I would use that in these socks. And I'm going to put 1 sock on a blocker. This is so weird to do all over again, because I already filmed this and did the exact same thing, because I forgot to do that before I started talking. Déjà vu on another level. But yes. Here's what a finished sock looks like. It is a regular vanilla sock with a short row heel. If you know me and know my podcast, you know I don't like short row heels. But I thought I'd switch it up because I either do like Out Partridge or Afterthought on like almost every pair of socks I do. So I thought I would do something else. And it wasn't as terrible as last time I did it, but this time I also didn't have a 72 stitch sock. But it still takes forever. Still don't really like doing them, but turn out really nice. And I wanted to get the shape, exactly this shape, and I find it a bit difficult to get it sometimes with turning the heel, and I find it difficult. It's not difficult to do with the afterthought heel, but I realised when I knit these that I don't really like afterthought heels either. They fit nice, they look nice, but when I've just done 2 toes, you don't really want to do 2 more toes on the same pair of socks. So I opted to do this one for this one. So yeah, and there really is nothing else to it. It's just a 1 by 1 rib. I think I did 10 or 12 rows. I can't be bothered to count. And then I made sure to end the stripe where I know it will pick up and do the same amount of rows of red there, and then I made sure to get the heel in the middle of a red stripe. So I'm going to do the same with the second sock. And I've gotten this far on the second sock, and I also made a little stitch marker that's a little peppermint, especially for this pair of socks. So that is my current sock whip, which I am making for the Festive sockalong that Amy Florence of Dyeworks and Stranded Podcast is hosting, which I'm super excited about because it's one of my favourite knit-alongs of the year. I did so many socks for it last year, but I don't think I will do quite that many this year. To begin with, I think the knit-along is over a shorter period of time. I don't think it runs until Christmas this year. I think it runs until December, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to have time, I'm not going to go out and buy a lot of the same Christmas yarn, and knit socks for like 3 different people. I am going to be knitting a pair of gift socks for Raf at some point, but I don't know how Christmassy they'll be. And I'm going to knit 2 pairs for me in the knit along, I think. So I need to get a move on with those so I can cast on my second pair. Yeah. But yeah, that's, I don't know what happened. That's fun. I like that knit along. So for my second whip, which lives in this huge tote bag with the pony that I drew. I designed this, didn't design the colours of the bag, but I designed the pony. This bag is from the Swedish vintage pony collector convention that was this summer that I didn't go to because it was on David's 30th, so I couldn't go. But I got the bag because I designed the pony, so they gave me a bag, which I'm happy about, and it's a perfect project bag. So in here I keep a very big whip and a lot of yarn. This, I'm just going to make sure those don't pop off. This is the Stoker shawl, or slanket if you will. By Woolenvine yarns, well, Woolenvine. Woolenvine the person, not the yarns. This is not knit out of Woolenvine yarns because I couldn't order it for this project, sadly. It's knit out of Kampes yarn, but whoops, it's very big. It's very bunched up on the needles. This is like the top. And as we go down we get some pretty, where are you? As I said, it's kind of sizable. Pretty pearl rows, and it has these really fun bumps in the middle. I really am enjoying this knit. It took me forever to get to start because first my yarn didn't arrive for a very long time. I ordered yarn straight away when I got the email about test knitting it, and when I knew how much yarn I'd need, so I ordered 4 skeins of this wonderful red colour, and then that took forever to arrive, and when I got it I realised I'd snapped my needle, so I needed to order another needle. So I ordered these, which are the Knit Pro Nova, like the basic metal needles, so that they won't snap again. If I remember correctly, it's one of the cats that snapped it, but yeah, the needle was snapped. I had forgot about that, so I needed to order new needles. So I finally had everything last Friday. It's Wednesday today. I don't know why I'm filming on a Wednesday. Oh yes, I do. I won't have time tomorrow or on Friday to film and edit. So glad I picked today, since the files got corrupted. But anyway, I finally had everything in my hands Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4.5 days ago. So I just started straight away, and I am this far now. I am about halfway done with part B before it goes into making a really pretty lace border. I'm not going to give anything away about the pattern except for the obvious that you can see. It has bumps and it has pearl rows. I'm not going to give anything else away because this is a test knit. I am on my second skein, and I've got this much left of my second skein. I've got 2 more balls of yarn left for this, but it's knit out of Kampes 3-ply in the colourway 522, I think. I'll double check that. But yes, it's really, really enjoyable knit. It's not sluggish. One would think like essentially a blanket, because it's very big. It's a lot purling, but I don't mind purling. You know that if you know me. But usually things of this size are a bit slug, a bit of a sloggy slug. I had that with a shawl on it in the past, which is like a half moon shape. I don't know what to call it, half circle, where you doubled on some rows. You doubled in one row the stitch count, and then you decreased the stitch count a few rows later, and that was just terrible to knit when you got over like 300 stitches. That was just a nightmare. But this is actually really fun, and it keeps you involved because there's something happening on almost every row. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this knit so far. Haven't encountered any problems with the pattern or anything either, and I am really excited to finish. I plan on being done with part 2 by the weekend. This is just basically all I'm doing at the moment is knitting on this one. You can just see how big it is. This needle is 100 centimeters and it's just way, way, way bigger. But yeah, really enjoying it. So I'm going to be linking Vine's channel and Instagram. You probably know about the channel because it's not like this is a big channel, even though it's been growing quite a lot. Hello everybody who's new, thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I'm going to be linking that and the episode called Stoker. This shawl is called Stoker. I'm going to be linking that episode as well so that you can go and watch the blanket in action as a finished product, if you for some reason haven't seen her podcast. So that is that for knitting. I now shall bring out my basket of fun stuff. Sneak peek. So my sister-in-law and I wanted to try an experiment with dyeing yarn. So we did. We've been both watching ChemKnit tutorials channel on dyeing yarn in various ways, and we wanted to try Kool Aid dyeing of yarn, and we did. Pauline got some Kool Aid packets and we bought some yarn. We got some Kool Aid, we got some yarn. I already had a skein of sock yarn, which is 8515 merino nylon, and then we also bought some 2-ply, which is essentially sport. Sometimes they measure the weight in plies in Sweden. I don't really understand, everything is a bit confusing, but yeah, it's basically a sport because it's like 300 meters to 100 grams. So yeah, we bought that, and this one is superwash, this one is non-superwash, and that is a sneak peek for you. I'm going to talk about the yarns. I am a dog, so I've named my colourways. I don't think I'll replicate them. I don't think I have a future in selling hand-dyed yarn, but if I do, I might replicate them. But I decided to name my yarns anyway. So this is very, very blown out, and that is not the name. It is called Pepperminty, and it's a bit whiter than I was going for, but it looks better when you do that. So it is dyed with, still smells faintly of Kool Aid, even though I rinsed it, but it has red and green speckles, and the green speckles look a lot lighter on camera than they do in real life, sadly, but if I hold it up like that, you can see that it's got more red on one side and more green on one side, but it's got both colours in both. It's not going to be stripy, obviously, because it's just a speckled yarn, but it's going to be interesting to knit up. This is what I plan on making my second pair of Christmas socks out of. It's really pretty, and this was super fun. How we did this was we pre-soaked in water and some white vinegar, which isn't necessary if you do Kool Aid because it has citric acid in it. But we wanted to be on the safe side, so we did anyway. So it was pre-soaked in vinegar and water, and then we just speckled it with a fork. Just kind of went ham on it, and it was super fun, and I totally want to do that again. I'm also going to link ChemKnit Tutorials' video on, well, channel, and the video we watched on speckling. I've been kind of binge watching that channel lately, so I might just link the channel, but we did that. And on this is superwash merino nylon blend. See if I can do this pretty skein. Yeah, that's Pepperminty, and this is what we dyed up. For me, we dyed for her as well, but this is my unicorn aura, I call this, and it's basically a pastel / neon, in places rainbow. I'm not going to be able to focus it on the yarn, but you can see the colours at least. So it's got some lavender, it's got some white, it's got some yellow and very, very bright yellow, it's got pink, it's got light pink, it's got orange, it's got it all. And that is due to how much the Kool Aid spread in the non-superwash yarn. It didn't just strike the yarn and stick there, it spread all over, and it's so pretty! I'm so pleased with this. The yellow colour, which is kind of neony, was not achieved with Kool Aid, because how I did this was have 2.5 glasses of wine and decide to dye another skein and go ham, and I wonder what happens if we try turmeric, and that really went well. It didn't really didn't bleed out or wash out or anything, and I think it was a very good thing that we soaked it in vinegar before we started. So yeah, I'm not gonna undo this skein because I actually made a nice skein. But you can see the colours anyway. I have no idea what to do with this because it's a bit too similar to my skin tone to be able to be a hat or anything, but I think maybe in a pair of mittens, if you pair with black or something, could look really nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with this yarn, and it was super fun to try to dye yarn. Again, I don't think it's something I will do to sell or anything. I don't really have the space to do it. But it's fun to dye something for yourself. We're totally going to be dyeing more yarn. But yes, on from dyeing to spinning. Because last time I was talking a fair bit about spinning yarn. I wanted to start spinning and I wanted to get a spindle, and I have a very lovely podcast viewer who gave me the tip to make a spindle out of polymer clay and dowel. So I did, and it turned out really, I'm going to show you later. It turned out really good, and it's been working out really well. I am really happy with that, so thank you so much for suggesting that. So I'm going to show you my few adventures into spinning so far. I haven't got a lot done lately because all my crafty time has gone into the stoker, because it's a test knit, so it's Prio 1, but this is my first spin. As a first spin should look, I guess. This is Cat. This is spun out of Elsa hair. It's about 100 centimeters. It's 2-ply, and it's very thick and thin. It's very fluffy. It's very soft, and it smells like Elsa. So this is like not good, but it's my first spin. So my second spin is also Elsa, but it's a lot better. I'm not going to undo this skein, sorry, but it's a lot better. It's still quite thick and thin, but it's not as fluffy. It's not as, it is a lot more even. With this skein, I had no idea how to do the drafting. I didn't know anything about anything. I just wanted to try my new spindle, and this is what came out of it, and it's cute, but it's not that good. But this, on the other hand, I had a bit more. I had a few more hours of binge watching YouTube tutorials on how to make rolags and how to spin and how to draft. So this turned out a lot better. It's an actual little skein. It's 4.3 meters of yarn, also 2-ply. I made Elsa's hair into like this big, tiny little rolags, that size, because A, I didn't have a lot of fur to work with, and B, I only have like cards that are cat cards. I don't have these wool carders. I only have like cat combs that are basically cards, so I use those to make rolags. But I made some rolags and spun from that, which was a huge help. Cat hair is a bit tricky to spin, honestly, but it's fun and it's super soft. So I'm going to revisit cat hair when I know a bit more about spinning, I think. My third spin, on the other hand, turned out a lot better. This is merino. The colourway is called Irises, and it's an actual yarn. So yeah, this one I actually also set the twist on, and this is a proper plied yarn. I did two, there's some of my hair in the tag, that's gross, sorry about that, but I did 2 bobbins of yarn and plied them together. So this one is an actual plied yarn. The other 2 are just folded in the middle and plied that way. And this one is less thick and thin. This is a lot better in that respect. It's, in some places it's it's down to like a sport weight, and others it's almost a bulky yarn. But you can totally see that here it's like super thin and super thick, but it's really really a lot better, and I learned a lot on making this skein. This is 85 meters, 45 grams of merino, like I said, and yeah, it's 45 grams. What I did is, this is the braid. I ordered 2 of the same colours braids because they had 2 left, and I fell in love with it, and I didn't think of how much fibre that actually is, so I had 200 grams of this. Well, now I have 150. That's not in the project. No, 25. 125. But yes, this is what it looks like in the braid. And where was I? It's called irises. That's not what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say. Yes, how I did that was I undid the braid, obviously, split it in half, saved 50 grams, split the other 50 grams in half, so I spun 25 on one bobbin, 25 on another, and then apply them together. And the reason it's 45 grams is because I got better at spinning. So the second bobbin is a lot more even and has a lot more yarn than the first one, which has really thick bits. So right now I am working on, because I have 25 grams here, so I've got also 25 on this, and in this combine this has a few little fibre nests in it. I split the 25 into 8 nests, which I then split into smaller sections and pre-draft, and then I spin and end up, you can't see that because it will not focus, and I can't do the thing because then I won't be able to get focus back on myself because I cannot see. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to pop a picture here of what it looks like on the spindle. So I'm trying to spin as thin as I can right now, so it's like a lace weight. So I'm going to try and make a fingering weight end product of this. It's going to be going up to a sport in places because it's still a bit thick and thin. This is my 4th spin, well 5th if you count one bobbin as one spin and the next as another. This is going to be my 3rd skein of yarn. So many words, I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast. But yes, this is my spindle. David helped me make a spindle and it is working out really well actually, and it is so much fun. Right now I'm trying to spin 1 nest a day, and I'm trying to make one repeat of the pattern for this one at least. Well, I'm trying to get more than that done, but we're getting into a lot of stitches on the blanket now, so, well, it's not a blanket, it's a shawl, it's a schlanket. But yeah, spinning. I am really enjoying it. I kind of knew I would, but I was also not sure. But drop spindling is a lot of fun, and I'm going to be doing that a lot in the future. I've got my eyes on several very nice rovings, tops, I don't know what they're called. I've got a wish list of fibre, let's just say that. I've got quite a lot of fibre I want to buy. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I have 0 sewing, I have no embroidery this time, I have only spinning and knitting and some hand dyeing that I've done. So yeah, yeah. What more? Life goes on as usual if we go into life stuff. I'm quickly... this thing looks sad again because we are still battling the thrips. I have had to throw out some plants. I am very sad, but that is life. Working with that at the moment. What more? Dyeing my hair, working on a Halloween costume, because we're actually not hosting a party this year. This is like the first year, I think, since we got together that we're not hosting some sort of something. And we've been together for 9 years next year. Crazy. But we're going to 2 parties, so I'm going all out with my costume. But I don't want to show it yet because it's not at all done. I also don't want to spoil or anything, but I will show you once it's more done. So I'm working on that. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else. So I'm going to go and see if it works to put this on the computer this time. And yeah, there's a sleepy cat next to me. I'm not going to disturb him, but I need to show you because he's so cute. This is difficult. Hey, Shantai. I'm probably not in focus anymore. I'm going to end it on that note because there's not a lot else to talk about. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and if you want to keep seeing what I do, consider liking and subscribing because I try to branch out and do more different videos as well. Like I did the bullet journal video. Oh, I forgot about. I'm not going to show you in this video, but there's going to be a video on it once I've gotten further into it. Inktober. It's October, so Inktober is starting. I'm really excited. I'm already 1 day behind though, but I'm going to try and get that rectified today or tomorrow because I've got some more to do. But I'm not going to show you my sketchbook in this video, but I'm going to be making a video on my Inktober art later on. So I'm really excited about that. It's fun. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do the whole month of art, but I'm going to be making a video on the art I'm making. I've been having a really hard time just artsing for a very long time, so it's good to have some sort of incentive to get going and actually drawing stuff, and yeah, I have been doing just that. So I'm going to be making content on that. I hope you like the different kinds of things, like the bullet journal video, or would like to see a sketchbook, essentially a sketchbook tour. Let me know in the comments if you like or don't like that. I'm also planning on doing Vlogmas this year again, so I hope I can get that done. I don't know if I'll do like weekly vlogs or if I'll do daily or like 2 days or something, but I'm going to try and do Vlogmas again this year, unless my mental health gets even worse. We'll see about that, but yeah, if you want to keep seeing what I do, art videos and podcasts and whatnot, whatever I decide to upload, consider liking and subscribing the video, and yeah, helps me out a ton. So yeah, I'll end it at that, and I will talk to you again in my next podcast, which might not be next week, but might be next week, but might be the week after or something like that. You know, my usual shtick. That's I'll talk to you when I talk to you, because I cannot foresee what I'll be able to do next week. So yeah, sorry about that. Sorry I'm so unreliable with my uploads, but that's just life, and it has to be like that for me for now. So thank you for watching and for being here and for subscribing, and I will talk to you again next time. Have a lovely weekend and week and however long until I sit down and talk to you again, and I will see you next time. Bye!